Physical fitness. After this lesson, you will be able to explain and use the FITT formula. Calculate your target and resting heart rate. Rate and discuss your physical fitness. Make a plan to improve your physical fitness. There are 6 fitness skills that are designed to help you become more fitness savvy. They are agility, balance, coordination, reaction time, speed, and power. These skills are captured in the FITT formula of frequency, intensity, time, and type. Although skill-related fitness is not essential for maintaining physical health, it is important for performing physical activities or physically demanding activities. Agility. The ability to quickly change the direction or position of your body is agility. Sports like tennis, racquetball, soccer, and even dodgeball are physical activities that require agility. You have to react quickly and get to where the ball is going quickly and get out of its way. How can you improve your agility? Balance. Probably the first time you are aware of the importance of balance is when you first began to walk. Most likely you don't remember that day. Balance is the ability to maintain your equilibrium against the force of gravity, or to keep from falling when still or when moving is balance. Physical activities that require balance, including skateboarding, snowboarding, windsurfing, skiing, skating, football, boxing, yoga. Coordination. The ability to perform a set of movements with proper rhythm and sequencing is called coordination. Coordination is important when hitting a ball with a tennis racket or a baseball bat, or when kicking a football or soccer ball. Coordination also comes in handy when dancing, practicing martial arts, and juggling. Reaction time. The length of time that it takes for you to respond to a stimulus is your reaction time. For example, in boxing, when an opponent throws a punch, a stimulus, you need to respond quickly to block the punch. Another example would be to avoid getting hit when playing dodgeball. When else will reaction time be very important? Speed and power. The ability to move quickly is speed. A lot of physical activities require speed, including basketball, soccer, football, baseball, and tennis. The last fitness skill is power, which combines strength and speed. A baseball pitcher uses this skill hundreds of times in a game, throwing balls fast and hard. FITT stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. Using the FITT formula can help you obtain fitness while being physically active. Frequency. It's the number of times a person engaging in a physical activity in a week. Based on the recommendations of health and physical activity experts, you should be engaging in 60 minutes of daily physical activity. Intensity is how hard you work. Examples of intensity include how fast you run or bike, the amount of weight you lift, or the distance you stretch a muscle. Time. Duration, or amount of time you spend doing a physical activity. Again, the recommendation is 60 minutes a day. Type is the kind of physical activity you participate in. For example, will the physical activity increase your muscle endurance? Abs, or push-ups, or flexibility, stretching. Let's link an activity to a benefit with the FIT acronym. So if we want to increase our cardiovascular endurance, we would need to engage in an activity 3 to 5 days per week. The intensity, how hard we work. We need to work hard enough to get our heart rate up to our target heart rate. Time, at least 30 minutes each time. And what type of activities? Well, any activity that gets our heart rate up. Biking, swimming, running, inline skating, stair climbing, jumping rope, to name a few. Heart rate. First, heart rate is the number of times your heart pumps blood per minute. It's also known as a pulse rate. Your heart rate or pulse rates help gauge your health. Two important heart rates are your resting heart rate and your target heart rate. Why are we talking about heart rate? Well, the answer is easy, and you probably already know it. Certain activities can improve your cardiovascular health. Cardio means heart, vascular has to do with your respiratory system. Heart rate. Resting heart rate is the number of times your heart beats in 1 minute when you are not active or resting. An average person has a resting heart rate of approximately 70 beats per minute at rest, or about 100,000 beats a day. Target heart rate. This is the heart rate that you should maintain during exercise in order to obtain fitness and health benefits. Can you name two places where you can check your pulse rate or your heart rate? Well, two of the most frequently used places would be the area of your wrist, which would be called your radial artery, or you can see it in number 2. Number 1 would be your carotid artery. This is another popular place to check, but you can also use 3 and 4 to check your heart rate. How do you determine your target heart rate? Well, first you have to calculate your resting heart rate. Subtract your age from 220. Multiply that number by 70%. For instance, if you are 16, this is what your target heart rate should be. 220 minus 16, which equals 204. Then I take the 204 and I multiply it by 0.70 or 70%, which gives me 143 beats per minute. This would be your target heart rate. You've heard about influences, right? Both internal and external influences. We talked about them early in this course. External and internal influences, they not only affect how you dress and style your hair, they also affect what you choose to eat, whether or not you use alcohol, tobacco, or other drugs, and yes, how physically active you are. Some internal influences, some questions. How much you know about physical activity? Your lifestyle is internal. What can you afford to do? Your likes and dislikes, your experiences, and how you feel about yourself. Some external influences that deal with physical activity. Your family, friends, peers, teachers, and role models, how they feel may affect the way you feel. Media messages, your cultural background, the community or environment where you live, including your home, neighborhood, or school, can affect how you feel about physical activity. Excuses. Influences can be positive or negative. Negative influences are often referred to as barriers because they can prevent you from being physically active. Almost 60% of Americans are not physically active. Researchers have surveyed people to find out why they are not more physically active. And what they gave us were excuses. The top 10 reasons: I don't have time, it's not convenient, I don't have the motivation, I don't find physical activity enjoyable, I find it boring, I lack the confidence in my abilities to complete a physical activity, I fear being hurt or injured, I lack self-management skills, I need some encouragement or support, I don't have a place to be physically active. Do some of these reasons sound familiar to you? Well, it's very important for us to be lifelong physical fitness individuals. We need to find a physical activity that we like spending time doing and can do now and for the rest of our life. It doesn't have to be something you have to do with other individuals. It can be something you can do independently. For instance, yoga, biking, tennis. There's a whole list of physical activities. Get started by trying one today, and maybe you'll adopt one that you can do for your lifelong. Again, you can go at it alone, but another consideration might be whether or not a physical activity requires equipment, because equipment can become expensive. Think about what type of person you are, what you like to do. Knowing what type of person you are will help you figure out what would be the perfect lifelong physical activity for you. If you like sports, there are lifelong physical activities you can do, such as bowling, frisbee, racquetball. If you are more the outdoorsy adventure type, you can go backpacking, rock climbing, bicycling, hiking. And if you are more the fitness type, you can do dance, aerobics, weight training, jogging, kickboxing. To get started, you should set a physical activity goal for yourself. Goal setting is one of the 7 health skills that can help you maintain and improve your health. Whether you are setting a goal to eat more healthfully or be more physically active, the steps are the same. So here's a quick recap of the 4 goal setting steps. Write down your goal. Make sure it's specific, what you're going to do. Measurable, can be measured, certain amount of time. Positive, always positive, and realistic, a realistic time frame. Develop an action plan. Include some specific steps. When you will do it, how often. Establish a support system. Get somebody to do it with you. Reward yourself along the way for being consistent. Now, rewards must be consistent with your goal and effort. If you're trying to lose weight, your reward shouldn't be a cupcake. Okay? A good example: 30 minutes of bicycling, specific, after school each day, how often, with a friend or friends, or my parents. Only thing we're missing is what? Our reward. Please complete your calendar. You can find it in your Skills for Health course on the course homepage. If you need to reach me, you can do so by K-mail, also by Outlook mail at aturner@lavirtual.org, or you can reach me by phone at 504-322-7543. If you are watching this recording, please visit this link to receive credit for today's lesson. The password is sports. You can type in tinyurl.com//TINYURL/CLASSRECORDINGS into a URL and go to the site. Again, thanks for joining me today. Next time, we'll be talking about physical activity, being injury-free, and quack-proof.